Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
To you today about the costs of remaining on autopilot. When we're on autopilot, we're unaware of our feelings. And that can be the kind of situation where you're having a conversation with your partner and it starts to go downhill, but you don't stop yourself until you have already lost it because you weren't really aware of, you were on autopilot when it came to what your feelings were. And so you end up all the way down the road to being, losing it in terms of your anger, or losing it in terms of your anxiety or your tears, and you're no longer in an engaged, helpful dialogue with your partner. You can go to worry, you can end up going to what's next. All of those things are about being on autopilot, not being present in the moment, not being aware. And then the one that happens to lots of us, and I'll raise my hand on this one, is you end up, if you're in an argument with someone that you care about, and you say something, and you almost immediately regret it, and you say, what was I thinking? And really it was autopilot that was doing your thinking for you. And so what happens is you end up having the worst of you interacting with the worst of your partner, and that's a bigger example of the prison of autopilot. So how do you break out of that prison? It's really about what neuroscience has been finding, which is really good news for you. And that is that mindfulness changes your neural pathways. It changes the connections in your brain. The simple practice of mindfulness does this in very powerful ways. Places like Harvard and Stanford and UCLA and Cambridge, places that are doing solid neuroscience, are finding that mindfulness changes the pathways in the brain, and better neural pathways are the path out of autopilot. Better still, neural pathways are also the path to better love. They're the path to better relationships. Your brain is more integrated. You break out of autopilot and you're able to rewire your brain for love.
OBKB. Hey, y'all, I missed y'all. The Voice of Reason is back in the building with more topics about relationships. Relationships are the glue for everything. Do you understand? Relationships are the mirror of your soul. It reveals self-knowledge to you, your knowledge of self, yours, not your partner. It does the same for them, but really, it's for you. So you can discover who you are, so you can get comfortable with who you are. But as she was explaining, many of us only like the agreeable emotions that life has to offer. We run from that which is unsatisfactory. We run from that which causes pain. We run from that which causes discomfort. And that because we don't get a chance to really feel our emotions. We don't really get a chance to submerge ourselves in the impetus of their origin, right? So we run, right? We're only feeling halfway. If it feels good, this is good. If it feels bad, this is not good. Sometimes bad feelings or bad emotions are little books. They're like little books in a library that reveal who you are. If you don't embrace the full spectrum of your emotions, you begin to perform, to act. You're a relationship bot. That's our topic tonight. The uncanny valley. Are you just going through the motions? A deeper inquiry at the potential negative effects, side effects, of simply going through the motions in intimate relationships. We have questions. Get to your phone lines. You already know what this is. This is a non-judgmental space. We want to have a real conversation, right? See, when it's time for you to show up as you, many people are frightened of the notion of doing that. Showing up as myself, my complete self, the real me, the true me. Yes, many people are afraid of showing up as their complete self. Many people are using spiritual practices to try to mitigate pain, to try to suppress the uncomfortable feelings that we have. No, you're supposed to feel through them. Right? C3PO love, R2D2 intimacy, relationship bots, the uncanny valley. We're going to get into what the uncanny valley means. Are you just going through the motions? A deeper look at the potential negative effects of simply going through the motions in intimate relationships. Can going through the motions be considered a disassociated state of mind? What connections can be drawn between being on autopilot and childhood PTSD? Why is this phenomenon considered socially acceptable? In what ways does disassociation, right? Or if you're a fearful avoidant or dismissive avoidant, you have those attachment styles, it will be called deactivation. 1-800-920-1580. In what ways does this connection from our inner self mirror, oh my goodness, the inner self mirror, our disengagement with the external world put us in autopilot mode? What causes us to begin to see our partners as an extension of the trauma that we are seeking refuge from? Can this be the reason that we go on autopilot in the first place? Is novelty viewed as an antidote to keep relationships from going on autopilot? Let me tell you why they go on autopilot. Because you're afraid of yourself. And you're afraid of the self your partner suppresses as well. This is why you go on autopilot. Oh my goodness. This is deep. This is deep. Do you really want to go this far tonight? Yes. You're a relationship bot. If you're in a relationship and all you want to do is have good times, and all you want to do is have cuddle moments, and all you want to do is have trips and dinners and meals and travel, and you just want to have good times, and there's nothing wrong with that. But part of being in an adult relationship is being able to navigate the tough times, being able to emotionally regulate, being able to co-regulate. Somebody said Netflix and avoid. Oh my God. What psychological and emotional effects arise from recognizing and confronting the uncanny valley within one's intimate relationship? We'll give you the definition of the uncanny valley. But first, let me give you the definition of a bot. A bot, or internet bot, is a software program that can perform automated tasks on the internet, often to imitate human behavior. Bots can follow instructions to complete repetitive tasks faster and more accurately than humans, and can even run independently without human intervention. Autopilot. Autopilot. How many of you are on autopilot? You don't want to do the work. You don't want to delve deep. You don't want to uncover what needs to be uncovered. Why should it be uncovered? Why do we got to get deep all the time? Why do we have to figure out how we tick? Right? So you can understand that you're more than the tick and the talk. There's a space in between the tick and the talk. You're that space too. And that's the space you throw all the unwanted emotions and feelings and healing and all of that stuff. You throw it into that space in between the tick and the talk. You want to stay on metronome, right? You want to stay on schedule. You want to stay on the program. And that's why many people struggle to maintain good relationships. What insights, right, can be gained from exploring the relationship between trauma, disassociation, and the uncanny valley in intimate relationships? What are the implications of viewing autopilot states in relationship as a form of emotional neglect or abandonment? You know what it is. We got to have this talk. And you can't agree to have a talk and then not be transparent. But full transparency hurts most people. Most people don't like spiritual nudity. And that's what relationships are for. Mirror work. When I come forward, I'm opening up the phone lines. I want to know, are you a relationship bot? Are you on autopilot? I want to know. You got to call in again. This is a non-judgmental space. We want you guys to call in and share your thoughts. We want you guys to call in and share what you've learned. Share if you have been a relationship bot or if you are currently a relationship bot. We want to know. When we come forward, the voice of reason gonna keep cooking. Let's go.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Happy anniversary, KBLA!
KBLA Talk 1580 is now celebrating 3 years of amplifying our voice and uplifting our community. We deeply appreciate your support of this radio station and will always do our level best to earn your support. Here's to many more years of loving and serving our community. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we've got your black.
I know it's gonna happen when I follow you. Watch out! You got me!
The galaxy is safe once again.
In the pretend universe, kids play with pretend guns. In the real world, it's up to us to make sure they don't get their hands on a real gun. If you have a gun in the house, keep it locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Save 10% when you buy 68 or more OSB sheathing. And there's more. Save 10% on select James Hardie products when you buy in bulk. Visit us in-store or online for low prices on the materials you need. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA reminds you that when we fight, we win, and we don't black down. LA Community Action Network, or LA CAN, was formed in 1999 when 25 residents of downtown LA came together and acknowledged the problems that existed in their community and made a commitment to do something about those problems, to stand together, organize, and become a force in the community that demands change. Civil rights and preventing the criminalization of poverty are their core projects. In addition, they take on women's rights, the human right to housing, and healthy food access. LA CAN also has projects focused on economic development, civic participation, voter engagement, and community media. While downtown LA remains their home base, with a particular emphasis on the Skid Row community, in 2007 they expanded their housing and healthy food access work into South Central Los Angeles. LA CAN believes that power for low-income people and people of color is achieved through a large, active, and well-informed member base that utilizes a multitude of methods to advance their messages and goals. If you'd like to join the Los Angeles Community Action Network and organize people to fight back against oppression, please visit cangress.org. That's cangress.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
That's my greatest fear, that if I lost control or did not have control, things would just, would be fatal.
I brought in this letter to let you know I'm really leaving, and no, I'm not keeping you. Heard you got some new homies, got some new hobbies, even a new two. Maybe she can come help you, maybe she can come lick you. After we're done, what's done is done. I don't want nothing else to do with it. Let me tell you a secret. I've been secretly banging your homeboy while you in Vegas. All up on Valentine's Day. Why am I so easy to forget like that? It can't be that easy for you to get like that. Oh no, she didn't. Oh yes, I did. Oh no, she didn't. I'll do it again. Leave me lonely for prettier women. You know I need too much attention for shit like that. You know you wrong for shit like that. I could be your supermodel if you believe. If you see it in me. Myself, why I can't stay long just by myself. Wish I was comfortable just with myself, but I need you, but I need you, but I need you.
Now, anyone who commutes to work has had the experience of arriving at the office and not even remembering the process of getting there. The first time you become aware of it happening, it's frankly a bit scary. However, our brains are wired so that we can complete repetitive and complex processes without even being conscious of our actions. This is our autopilot mode, and while it can be useful for some circumstances, driving our relationships is certainly not one of them. Yet this is how many couples behave much of the time, and to no good end. I distinctly remember during my marriage how important it was to make sure things were quote-unquote handled. This meant providing food, clothing, and shelter for the family, check. Spending time with the kids so they grew up well-adjusted, check. Spending time with my wife so she felt attended to, check. And so on. It wasn't until years later, well after my marriage had crumbled, that I had realized I had put all those quote-unquote things on autopilot. Why? Supposedly so I could focus more fully on my career to ensure a reasonable lifestyle and that our children would go to the best schools. It was almost like running a business. I didn't have to pay too much focused attention to anything as long as it appeared to be running smoothly. Only when a problem surfaced within the family or relationship did I show my full attention. In essence, if there was no fire to put out, everything must be fine, which means I was freed up to do the more important things. it eventually became clear that what I was really doing was avoiding being fully present and aware for the most important people in my life. Even now, it still pains me quite deeply to realize just how unconscious I was during that time in my life. Just a few days ago, my partner and I had an interesting exchange. She was being rather emphatic about the importance of novelty and new experiences within any relationship to keep it fresh and exciting. After pondering this a bit, I responded with, yes, however, even the pursuit of novelty can become a means to avoid being in the present moment for each other. Think about it. Any process, even those designed to instill exciting variety, can become routine if not done within the context of being fully present and aware. It's like thrill seekers who are always pushing their boundaries for the next bigger rush of adrenaline. It's a hole that can never be filled. It only makes it bigger and often more dangerous. Being on autopilot is the very antithesis of being present. Being fully present, whether for your significant other or for life in general, means you are willing to face the uncertainties that come with it. When you are present, you really don't know what will come next.
So people are upset. You know why? Because uncertainty in relationship is uncomfortable. When you don't know where we're going. Do you know, there's a saying, it's called the uncanny valley theory. It's created by a Japanese scientist who was dealing in robotics. And the uncanny valley is a phenomenon where an eerie, unsettling feeling arises when looking at someone human-like. Can you say narcissist? Okay, cool. This is why humanoid robots, zombies, corpses, and occasionally anthropomorphic animals may sometimes feel a little creepy. See, is that not another definition for the narcissist? The narcissist can't feel. Remember the show Dexter? Dexter was a sociopath, psychopath, probably narcissistic. He was definitely a fearful avoidant because of how he was raised. Remember, he was raised in blood. His mother was killed. He was in a crate. And these are the types of situations that will create, a fearful avoidant attachment style. So he was raised by his stepfather, which was a police officer, right, who taught him a code because he recognized, this guy doesn't feel. He just goes through the motions like a human being. And he would creep people out who could sense that in him. There was a black actor, a character by the name of Dokes, right? Officer James Dokes. And he was always on Dexter's head because he knew something was off. I'm going to get you, Morgan. He was always watching him. And do you understand? Oftentimes, we go through the motions. We're just going through the motions. We're in the uncanny valley. Now, you know what's really interesting? Have you ever seen the movie The Life of Pi? Very powerful movie, deep movie, revealed so much to me just watching it. One of my favorite scenes is when the tiger, Richard Parker, after going through all these trials and tribulations on a boat with a young boy, the tiger recognizes, well, this is the only way I can survive, so I won't kill and eat him right now. But I would love to eat him. Right? But he figured it out like, well, if I eat him, how am I going to get home? Where am I? Anyway, there was a scene when the boy was little and the tiger was in a cage. They had just got the tiger. And the boy went to the cage, to the tiger's cage, and he had a piece of meat in his hand. And he was trying to coax the tiger out to eat from his hand. And for a brief moment, He was looking into the tiger's eyes, and he believed that he and the tiger had connected on a soul level. And right at that moment, his father runs in and grabs him and says, "Are you crazy? That's a tiger." Right? So then he goes and gets a goat, ties the goat up, and shows him what tigers do. And the tiger attacked the goat and drug it back into the cage. Right? And what he told his son was, he was like, "Hey, do you think you made a connection with this animal? That's an animal." He said, all you saw in his eyes was a reflection of your own emotion. How many people have you met like that? That was just going through the motions with you? Or how many times have you been like that? Oh my goodness, man. This is going to be such a powerful topic. We got callers coming in. All you got to do is call us. Talk to me tonight. 1-800-920-1580. The voice of reason is already cooking.
Together, bet they for real, and it was right. That's why I stayed with you. The was too good to make me feel good for temporary love. You was your temporary lover. Leave me lonely for prettier women. You know I need too much attention for shit like that. You know you want for shit like that. I could be your supermodel if you believe. If you see it in me, see it in me, see it in me. I don't see myself. Why I can't stay long just by myself. Wish I was comfortable just with myself. But I need you, but I need you, but I need you.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. First Lady Jill Biden is not giving up on her husband's run for the White House after his shaky debate. She told Vogue magazine they will, quote, not let those 90 minutes define the 4 years he's been president, end quote. She said Biden will always do what's best for the country. Biden stumbled repeatedly during the debate against Donald Trump, leaving many of the president's allies concerned about his odds of winning in November. Legoland in Orange County, New York is being sued for racial discrimination. Brianna Ramsey of Bridgeport, Connecticut, and her sister-in-law, Shaquana Williams, tell News 8 the park's costume characters ignored their black children while dancing and playing with white children. They filed a lawsuit a couple of weeks ago in the New York State Supreme Court seeking $1 million in damages stemming from their visit to the park in 2022. Legoland says in a statement, quote, we are committed to fostering an open, inclusive, and safe environment where all our guests feel valued but can't comment on the lawsuit, end quote. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
California Baptist University has clinched the #1 spot for career preparedness and an impressive #2 for the best student experience, according to the Wall Street Journal. Find out how CBU's award-winning experience can help you live your purpose. Visit calbaptist.edu/here.
Follow the leader. KBLA Talk 1580. Follow the leader. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at KBLA 1580. Follow the leader.
Are you ready?
The station leading the way with exclusive interviews,
Follow the leader.
stimulating conversation, and intellectual discourse that empowers, enlightens, and informs.
Follow the leader.
Follow the leader at KBLA 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Keep following the leader.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
Our city's hottest weeks of summer are approaching. If you're 60 or older, you're at risk of heat stroke or worse. Extreme heat can kill. That's why KBLA Talk 1580, as part of our year-long climate justice campaign, has partnered with the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power and the LA City Department of Aging for LADWP's Powered by Equity event, Heat Relief for Seniors Resource Fair. Join fellow LA seniors who hope to beat the heat and stay safe on Monday, July 15th, 10 a.m. at the Watts Labor Community Action Center in South Los Angeles. Learn about LADWP's Easy Save and Level Pay programs to help lower your monthly electric bill. And there will be tips and resources to be ready and safe in the heat. LADWP customers 60 years or older will be eligible to receive a portable air conditioner while supplies last. Personal ID and your LADWP bill are required. Contact your LA Department of Aging Neighborhood Senior Center for Cool LA Heat Relief for Seniors participation details, or visit www.ladwp.com/events. Helping to broaden your political and moral imagination with our 2024 Climate Justice Campaign. We're KBLA Talk 1580.
You're gonna feel a puff of air.
Jong's Optometry has set their sights on staffing up.
Try the next line. Hey Kim, can you tell our 2 o'clock we're running 15 behind? Sorry, we're a bit backed up today.
He needs an optometric technician to keep an eye on it all.
Where are the dilation drops?
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment. LA's 99 neighborhood councils form the grassroots level of the Los Angeles city government. The system was created to connect LA's diverse communities to City Hall. While neighborhood council board members are volunteers, they are also public officials elected to office by the members of their community. Neighborhood councils advocate on issues like homelessness, housing, land use, emergency preparedness, public safety, parks, transportation, and sustainability. They also provide local expertise on the delivery of city services to their various communities. Neighborhood councils are open to participation by anyone who is a part of the fabric of daily life in said community. This includes those who live, work, or own property or a business. If you are interested in stepping up to join your local neighborhood council, visit www.empowerla.org. That's empowerla.org. It's time to think globally, but act locally. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Don't stop these. Do it for fun. Don't take it personally, I'm surprised you call me after the things I said. Skirt on it, skirt up on it, skirt down. You acting like me, acting like we wasn't more than a summer fling. I said farewell, you took it well. Promise I won't cry over spilled milk. Give me a paper towel, give me another volume, give me another hour or 2, hour with you. Why you bother me when you know you don't want me? Why you bother me when you know you got a woman? Why you hit me when you know better? Know you know better, know your crew better than you do. Call me looking for you, I be looking for you. Got me
Everybody goes to school, you go to school, everybody go to college, you go to college, everybody gets married, you get married, everybody has children, you have children. If you're doing what everybody does, whether it comes to eating or sleeping or whatever else in life, this is a disastrous way of living. You must see, this is important. Once you're human, you must consider every aspect of life. Ingestion, sleeping, reproduction, whatever, consciously, what is needed for this life, isn't it? Hello? Because these three people are doing, I will also do the same thing. This is not a good way to live.
Man, in the realm of robotics, the uncanny valley describes the eerie sensation experienced when encountering entities that are almost human, yet not quite. The phenomena, initially described by roboticist Mashiro Mori, evokes unease and discomfort. However, this concept extends beyond robotics and finds a profound parallel in intimate relationships. When partners go through the motions, emotionally disengaging and falling into an autopilot state of consciousness, a similar eerie familiarity emerges, echoing the uncanny valley. On tonight's topic, we're going to explore the potential negative effects of such behaviors on intimate relationships. It's going to get deep, and I really want to know if you guys have found yourself in a position to where you weren't quite comfortable with the person because they didn't seem engaged emotionally. They didn't seem present. And was that familiar? Did that remind you of early childhood? Did you have a parent like that? And even deeper, do you find yourself drawn to people like that because of your early childhood upbringing? 1-800-920-1580. We're going to talk about it. We're going to get deep, 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 deep. I want to talk to y'all. 1-800-920-1580. We got Houston, Texas on the line. Atala, get in here. Atala? Atala?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we got you. Talk to us. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
First of all, brilliance. Can we talk about the brilliance of Zoe Williams?
You know, sometimes when I create a topic now. Come on.
No, but it's people don't understand. It's the whole mechanisms behind it, right?
Mm-hmm.
SZA, the questions, the videos. Like, they don't understand. This is a whole production, okay?
It is. Come on. I'm glad you like it. What are your thoughts?
Well, I've been hit because as someone who's fearful avoided, yes, I have dissociated. And I learned how to do this in childhood. Because I think what we're doing is we're taking a protective mechanism and normalizing it.
Wow.
So to be clear, you talked about Dexter, the show Dexter, and I made a comment in the chat. I said in Dexter's line of work, you would have to be a fearful avoided, and it's true. People, not because of the violence part per se, but more so because he's trying to live a normal life and be violent, if that makes sense.
Well, his dark passenger, yeah.
Right. So there's that aspect of the duality, right? And so as far as the fearful avoidance and how that connects to what we're talking about, I think what we're really talking about is compartmentalization.
Go in.
And this kind of goes back to the boxes, right? So I think someone who is disassociating or is kind of going through the motions has put things in boxes or in a safe place to where things can only go within those parameters, right? And so it's a way to basically keep yourself and everything else around you in check. It's just another control mechanism. But I would also add that when you're talking about the idea of tapping into emotions, someone who's at this level of dissociation, like, I don't really think they know any other emotion but what it means to go from 0 to 100. You know, like there's no gray area. So perhaps that's what it is. It's like an ultra version of like black and white thinking, but packaged neatly into a high functioning box. And I say high functioning because they're still able to go to work. They're still able to do their normal routines. They don't completely shut down because they don't have that gray area. They just compartmentalize. I hope what I'm saying makes sense.
No, that's deep. That's deep. So is there a difference between disassociation and deactivation that the fearful avoidant or the dismissive avoidant may engage in?
I mean, it's basically the same. Tomato, tomato. To me, it's the same thing. Like, I think deactivation is me dissociating from the relationship in general, from you, the relationship, all that. It's me deactivating from what I presume or what I perceive to be uncomfortable. Like, you're making me uncomfortable. I got the ick. I'm out.
The ick. Right.
Look, because that's what this is. It really is like the person has been made uncomfortable or they've been triggered in some type of way. So the only thing to do is to escape. That's the dissociation piece, right? So, like, to paint a picture for you, when I was younger, if things were going on, a lot of times I would get in trouble. I would be in the car. And for some reason, my mind just, like, would just disconnect. So if my mom's wilding or whoever's wilding and they're going off and there's arguing going on, my mind is, like, somewhere else. Like, so much so, I knew I was in trouble when I started doing it when the events weren't occurring. Like, it would be calm. Nothing's going on, but my mind is still elsewhere. So much so that, like, somebody would be like, are you okay? Are you good? Where are you? Where did you go? I don't know. I don't know where I have no idea. So I think in the context of relationships, what that looks like is we have an argument about something simple, and then I just kind of check out on you for a second. Emotionally check out on you. So you're sitting there asking me, like, what's wrong? What's wrong? I'm fine. And you know what's crazy? Like, a person who's fearfully avoidant can actually keep that mask up that they're fine for a minute.
Wait.
Right? So
stay right there. Wait. Don't go nowhere. Stay right there. Listen. Atala is in front of the stove right now. She's got her right hand on the skillet. Her left hand is whisking away. I think there are eggs in the skillet. There's butter, and it's getting scrambled. When we come forward, more from Houston, Texas.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Hey LA, be an eco-friendly hero. Join LADWP's Power Savers program and use your smart thermostat to help ease strain on the electric grid during peak electric demand. You'll save electricity while you lower your bill. Plus, as a power saver, you can get up to $185 in prepaid gift cards. Don't have a smart thermostat? No problem. Shop and sign up at ladwp.com/Power Savers program. That's ladwp.com/Power Savers program. To help combat climate change, LADWP is helping neighborhoods have better access to electric vehicles by awarding nearly $130 million in EV rebates to customers just like you. From big savings on used EVs to building new charging plazas, LADWP is charging ahead to help all Angelenos experience the benefits of EVs. Get rebates of up to $4,000 for a used EV and $1,750 for a charger. Learn more at ladwp.com/EV. That's ladwp.com/EV.
We asked seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up.
Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone. And should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement.
Check your statement every month. If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call your Senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 855-613-7080.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions.
Stay Housed LA has the resources you need to know your rights and the legal support to back them up. The COVID-19 pandemic has cost people their jobs and livelihoods. This has left an estimated 1/3 of households not being able to make rent and facing losing their homes. This is a fear no one in our community should have to face. You have rights, though, and Stay Housed LA is here to help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between the County of Los Angeles, the City of Los Angeles, and local community and legal service providers. Together, they provide tenants with the information and support needed to exercise their rights so they can remain safely in their homes. Find out more about your rights by participating in a virtual tenant workshop. Get the legal assistance you need. Find additional resources in Los Angeles County and the City of Los Angeles. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA County for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. That's stayhousedla.org. Or call their hotline at 213-694-0040. We've got your black with a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
By 10:30, no later than drop them drugs. Give me what I want. My man is your man. Hurt is her man too. My man is your man. Hurt, that's her man.
The experience of dissociation and leaving our body may not be directly tied to a felt sense of life threat as defined by society. Something can trigger our brain into that separation or that derealized state because it's noticing a like stimuli to a previous threat, which then results in that separation. It's still our brain and our body keeping us safe, but it's even more confusing because there isn't a direct link to an immediately threatening stimuli. I always like to encourage my patients to reflect back on what was happening in the previous 5, 15, 30, or even 60 seconds prior to a dissociation occurring, and see if they can notice a stimuli that started to send some data up into their mind and their body, an activation in the nervous system, a tingling in the hands, even a fogginess starting in the brain. And if we can then down arrow into what caused that initial onset, we can heal those triggers and create functional change.
Wow. Heavy stuff. Let's get back to the phone lines. You already know who's in the building. This is Zoe Williams, the Voice of Reason, live on KBLA Talk 1580. Tonight's topic, are you a relationship bot? You don't know what a bot is? I can tell you right now. A bot, or an internet bot, is a software program that can perform automated tasks on the internet, often to imitate human behavior. Bots can follow instructions to complete repetitive tasks faster and more accurately than humans, and can even run independently without human intervention. A bot, a program. Are you just going with the motion in your relationship? without emotion? Just going with the motion without emotion. Are you just following tasks that you've been programmed to do, right? But still not fully present. Heavy topic. We got a caller on the line right now from Houston, Texas. Of course, one of our favorites, Attila from Houston, Texas. Get in here and finish your final thought, please.
Uncle Go. Okay, so I wanted to connect the song you just played by SZA.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's called Weekend something. I can't remember. Nonetheless, that song, oh my God, cognitive dissonance written all over it. People don't understand. If you're not like a real SZA fan and you ain't heard her stuff from like a long, long way ago, she sang about the same stuff when she first came out. It was just darker because the true nature of these types of involvements is dark. It's the ability to exist in two planes at once. That's how I would describe fearful avoidance. And she paints really, really good pictures with her music because the song you just played, she knows she's the other woman, but then there's also that part of her that says that she wants that person to herself. Where the fearful avoidance comes in is that you lie to yourself because you don't actually want that person because of the fear of the emotional turmoil that is going to result in that. Because if you do have them, then you also have the burden of vulnerability, of emotional maturity, of all those things that come with relationships. So that whole side chick type, dynamic works for someone with that type of mindset, with that level of cognitive dissonance. I hope that makes sense.
Wow, that's heavy. Heavy stuff. Attila, where do you find this stuff? You just be trolling the internet, just finding bits of... Have you ever thought about Jeopardy? Anyway, listen, guess what you just did? Come on.
I brought Houston in the building.
Houston, Texas is in the building. Listen, this is a deep topic. According to Dr. Lawrence, he estimates that 20 to 40% of adults have a disorganized attachment style. Now, disorganized attachment style is another term for fearful avoidant, which can develop in children who grow up in abusive households. And further statistics on this, according to the Attachment Project, he says more than 32% of U.S. adults have an attachment disturbance with similar rates in Western countries. Researchers Philip Shaver and Cindy Hazen estimate that around 40% of people have an insecure attachment style. So you've probably dated somebody with an insecure attachment style, and please do not get it twisted. Just because you're securely attached doesn't mean your attachment style is static. It can shift. If you're a securely attached person, it doesn't mean you're perfect, and it doesn't mean you're invulnerable. You can date someone who's fearful avoidant, and they can cause you to shift into an anxious style, right? You could start off secure and end up anxious or end up avoidant. Heavy stuff. And we're talking about it tonight. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. Yes. So again, a lot of people have maladaptive attachment styles. And what is that for? To me, a maladaptive attachment style is a tool that is used for self-discovery. Now, what happens with most people with maladaptive attachment styles is we create a whole life built around coping mechanisms, right? In other words, sentinels, security for our wounds. This is how I am. This is how I was raised. This is how I learned to be. This is how I was conditioned. And if anybody gets with me, they have to kind of navigate this minefield of, fear-based boundaries, which I call cloundries, right? Because wherever fear is, there's going to be some level of obsolescence. We've got callers on the line, and I want to get people in here to talk about it. Who's been on the longest hustle? Miami, Florida. Get in here. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Hey, what's up, brother? How you feeling tonight?
Man, I'm alive and well. Good to have you back on the show. Long time no hear from. Talk to me, man. What are your thoughts?
So, when I was thinking about this topic, it reminded me of I believe I don't know if it's a fact or not, but they say 95% of our actions are subconscious.
Interesting.
Right?
Go ahead. 95% of our actions?
Yeah, are driven by our subconscious.
I'd have to look into it. Yeah, but go ahead. I'm listening.
Right. So, technically, we're all bots to some degree. So, being a bot isn't necessarily the bad thing. The question is, who did your programming?
Come on, man.
You see?
If you gon' if you gonna throw rocks, come on. Don't hide your hand. Keep throwing them. I want to see where they coming from. Keep coming.
Look, I ain't. Listen, I live in a glass house, so one of my biggest struggles is staying awake. You see? Staying aware of the programming, because when you actually take a look at, like you said, where the decisions come from and whatnot, now you can start to get control. Now you can start to lead these things. When you start to feed yourself a certain, you know what it reminded me of, and you can relate to this, man. Bruce Lee had this great, I believe it was in the movie scene or it was in an interview, where they asked him about his punch.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, you already know I'm going. He said, I don't hit.
It hits all by itself.
By itself.
Autopilot.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
So once we start to program ourselves with these healthy things, that's when the healthy actions begin. And we are no longer compatible. If you try to install a program in a system that where it is no longer compatible, it will not even be allowed to be installed.
No. Hold tight, because you're cooking right now. Hold tight. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to join this, what is this? This is a smorgasbord. If you want to join this potluck, if you want to cook like my brother Hustle from Miami is cooking, get to your phone lines. I want to talk to you. Are you on autopilot? Have you been on autopilot for years? Are you just going through the motions? When we come forward, we going back to Miami, Florida.
Send him my way. Think I got it covered for the weekend. I gotta say I'm in the mood for a little bit more of that. I mean, I'm saying, what kind of these is 2 days? I need me at least about 4 of them, more of them, more. You on me, on us. Just tell me you want me, yeah, one day. And I'll be at your door, ready to take a place, ready to give you what you've been missing the weekdays, what you've been waiting for.